welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachel
and Neal Young. So we're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachel and Neal Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the podcast. Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
You know, over here, I'm kidding out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that? Hey!
This episode is brought to you by my admin. Well, HD Photo Hub, which is basically like having an admin.
That's right. And it's not just a delivery platform. It's a powerhouse designed to make your work shine. From stunning teaser videos and social media reels to custom property websites and polished printable flyers, HD Photo Hub automates it all so you can focus on what matters, growing your business.
That's right. So today we're starting out with a calm, quiet voice just to draw people in with a few breaths.
I don't know what we're doing, but I like it. We're trying to lower Rachel's stress levels because recently had some tests done and I'm highly stressed all the time.
Yes. So we can only talk in a soothing voice now on the podcast.
Yes, no stress allowed.
No stress.
No stress. And less work. Mandatory vacations. Doctor ordered.
Yes. Podcast partner ordered as well. I signed off on that as well. So.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Got your back.
Totes.
Sometimes you need a second for these things, you know. I'm there for you.
Everybody just take a deep breath in and let it out.
We're talking about how to pull some stress out of your business with some additional offerings. We're talking about why headshots are a natural fit for real estate photographers. And that's the truth. They are.
Yeah. And we're going to talk a little bit about the business of headshots and expanding your photography portfolio with headshots because Neal and I both do these for our business and it has been a game changer. It's gotten my foot in the door at multiple events. We've talked about this, but we're going to talk about it again because it's lately for me, it's been, I'm doing a couple a week. I'm busy with it. And it's a great lead magnet to your reoccurring listing photos that you do for agents. But having the ability to do this is a great way to meet the rest of the team that maybe you don't shoot for, or get your foot in the door at events and meet a whole bunch of agents that didn't even know you existed. So very easy way to get in front of more people.
Yeah. Headshots. If you're not doing it, listen up. You should be.
Yes.
Cool. Oh my God, that cat jumped out of the ceiling.
Something's hanging from your ceiling now.
That's because the cat just like jumped out of the...
There goes your soundproofing, Neal. Your sheet fell down.
That's my moving blanket.
Moving blanket that's stuck to the ceiling. I have to say, I did go to New Hampshire. Neal and I filmed a new course in New Hampshire last week, 2 weeks ago. When was that? That was a while ago.
Yep.
It feels like forever ago now.
I don't know.
But I was able to see the basement where Neal records the podcast, and it is crazy cool how he's made it work. I mean, it's literally just like a wall behind you. It's so basic, but it looks so clean and so good. I love it.
It was a very good spin, Rachel.
Yeah. And then you made me go in the sound booth and sing. And I'm like, I'm not singing, Neal. You're like, just sing. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I have not listened to that yet. I think you did sing for a second. I think we both sang for a second, but we got distracted because we're both ADHD. I think you did. I haven't listened to it though.
I think I like pretended to sing. That was not my real singing voice because I have a very, very beautiful singing voice, Neal.
Oh, is that what we're going with? Okay.
Only bless it to the shower.
Yeah.
Only the shower knows my voice. And the car.
Is that why Abel had to fix all those tiles in the shower? Had they all cracked? Is that?
Shut up. Tell everyone. Anyways.
Well, she does hit that one note just perfectly. Yeah.
No, I can sing. I just don't like to do it on command. It's just not my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what most great singers say. Yeah.
No, I just met a gal and she plays guitar and sings at a local bar here. And I was like, that is so cool. I'm like, I wish that I could sing. Like, I really do wish that I could sing better because I really enjoy singing, especially when I'm by
Mm.
myself in the car. And like, I feel like I'm okay, but, and I've considered taking voice lessons because honestly, I would really enjoy to learn. And she said, she goes, anybody can learn how to sing. She goes, you just have to do it without, and just let it go. Just really let go and get into it. And I'm like, oh, I do when I'm alone. I don't know if it sounds good, but I get into it.
Have you ever
So
been in like
one
a
day.
car or something and you really think you're doing great and then something happens and the music stops or whatever, or you just catch a minute of hearing your own voice like crack or something and you're like, "Oh, I think I sound terrible all the time."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like,
That's been my experience.
yeah, it's okay now.
I think I have a good range of like two notes. And then anything higher, like any song that goes like higher or lower than that, I'm like,
Hmm.
nope.
I have so many issues with my throat and my like vocal cords, like which is I'm pretty sure it's food allergies now that I know what I'm allergic to. But
Everything, by
um
the way, I heard the list.
everything. Oh my gosh, so
Everything.
many things. No gluten, no oatmeal, no eggs. I'm like, what the heck? I have chickens. I'm incubating chickens as we speak to lay more eggs. Like this
Yeah.
is obnoxious. My
I mean,
doctor
they
said that I
listed
can have
stuff you don't
duck
even
eggs.
eat. Oh,
Huh?
what? Okay.
I
Oh,
can have duck eggs. So I'm gonna get ducks. I think I might go buy ducks tomorrow.
oh my God. Forget about the goats. Now we're getting ducks.
We're not doing any more chickens. We're gonna get ducks because he said
Yeah.
duck eggs are actually really good, and he was like, you can digest that kind of protein. And I was like, oh, sweet. So yeah, I eat oatmeal every single day, and I'm allergic to oats, so that's great. Gluten, like wheat, is really high on like the worst one. Like, of course,
Yeah.
it's annoying. Tomatoes,
They
parsley,
they listed
cod.
things on there that isn't even
Rude.
like you wouldn't even eat, Rachel. I don't know why they had to list tree bark. That seemed weird.
Shut up.
Uh,
Lettuce,
they
lettuce.
listed hair of a horse, tail. I thought I
Well, when
don't
you live
know
on a
why they had to
farm.
list that, but you're allergic to it. That just specifically that hair. No, there was
Anyways,
crazy stuff on there. You just kept going and going, and I like kind of zoned out. Like what?
yeah. Oh, pepper.
Alfalfa sprouts? What?
I'm allergic to pepper. I'm like,
Yeah,
seriously?
yeah, exactly. Pepper. I was
What?
like, what?
Pepper. That's dumb. Lettuce. I can have spinach, which I love spinach, so I'm good there. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And I have like my doctor was, I was like, is this why I have throat issues and stuff? He's like, oh yeah, most likely. He goes, my son's allergic to gluten or wheat or something. He said every time he has it, he has a cough the next day. And
mm.
it's because he's allergic. I'm like, oh, interesting. Anyways, okay, enough about me. Let's get back to headshots because that's where you make your money,
It was a
right?
nice transition.
Great transition. Anyways,
Totally.
food
Yeah.
allergies. So
No,
I'll be
but
on a serious meal plan going forward.
yeah.
Screw F my life. I don't know what to
Bring
say.
whenever you have a headshot session with Rachel, just bring her some spinach because it's all she can eat.
Literally. That's
And
it.
she'll need large quantities of it. So,
I know. I
but
messaged Alan from the six pack and I told him, I was like, I just got my allergy test. I'm allergic to this, this, and this, which is like half my diet. I mean, my snacks are rice cakes, which I can't have now with peanut butter and jelly, which are literally my favorite. I eat those twice a day. I'm not supposed to, but I do because I'm hungry. And oatmeal and eggs. I'm like, what can I substitute? So we'll see what he comes back with. I might have to quit the six pack if it doesn't work. I
oh
don't
my
know.
gosh, seriously,
I know.
yikes! But anyway, we were going to talk about headshots today, so
Well, I
let's
don't think we should. I think we should just talk about me. Just joking. Just
all
joking.
things Rachel.
Isn't it
Yeah.
good to be confident?
Wait, what?
Isn't it good to be confident?
I guess. There's another
Oh, Neil.
word for when you're too confident. What do they call that?
I don't know. I've never, I
Only
have
there
no
were,
idea what you're talking about.
only there were a word. So,
Okay. We're just going to cut all this out.
yeah, we are.
I'm editing, not Casey on this one. I did tell Neil, I'm like, we need an editor. I can't edit. The last episode was 90 minutes long, and I'm literally still editing it, and it's due today. And I'm
It
like,
was all because I talked too much,
yeah,
which
I'm like,
is
shut up, Neil. Stop talking so
a
much.
problem. Who do
Goodness.
you think you are talking on a podcast?
Yeah. Why do you have
Knock
to
it
talk so
off.
much?
Why would you do such a thing?
We all talk too much. It's okay. It's easy to get it when you're in conversation and it's interesting stuff, it's easy to go over on time.
It's good stuff. You're
It
right,
is.
but
Yeah.
she's just upset because she's had to edit the whole thing.
Yeah. I do it while I ride my bike and I only want to ride my bike for 20 minutes at a time. And if it's a 90-minute podcast, that's a lot of minutes in one week. I'm gonna ride the bike. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to ride the bike every day.
Yeah, you
I
can't,
can't.
and you can't ride. You're only going to be able to ride the bike for like 3 minutes now, running on spinach and nothing else.
Seriously, I know. I looked in
Spinach
my
and air.
refrigerator and it just cried. I was like, I can't have any of this anymore. I did have a tuna sandwich with real like white bread today, and I felt like crap after I ate it. I was like, well, that explains it. Okay. So,
It's a real
anywho,
thing. It's a real thing.
I don't eat that much bread though anyway, but it's fine. All I want is candy right now, and I'm not having candy until when's Easter, whenever Easter is, middle of April. Oh, it's stress.
I'm not sure an episode's happening today.
We have to do one. We
This
don't have
is
another one.
this is the longest
This is
rant where
dumb.
we've not even touched on headshots.
Why are we so
I
unfocused?
think we have 15 minutes of not headshots right
Okay,
now.
we can cut all this out and just go to headshots. Okay, let's
Yeah,
just do the episode. Let's
let's do
focus.
the episode. All right.
Okay, I'm keeping all this in the podcast just to show how ridiculous we are, so people know we're really real humans.
We are real humans.
We're real people.
I don't think anyone ever questioned that I was a real
I
human.
really wonder what people really think about us, Neil.
I
Like
don't
these
know.
two.
I
How
don't
do
want to
they function?
know. Don't tell me.
Right? Rachel needs a vacation. I don't know what Neil needs, but
Hey, hey. Psst. Sorry to interrupt. If you haven't heard, Rach and I are using Pixl CRM.
Pixl CRM isn't just another boring tool. It's basically your business's best friend. With Pixl CRM, you can automate your lead generation, follow-ups, client communication, and stay top of mind with email campaigns. And there's just so much more.
And if you want, you can try it out today. Just go to pixelcrm.com/STS, and you're going to get the first month of Pixl CRM free.
Okay, so let's talk about what makes a great headshot for real estate professionals.
Okay, so I want to say there's a lot of bad examples out there that are a great framework for you to learn what not to do. And all you have to do to find them is go look up any brokerage and then just go see the realtor section and see the pictures. And you'll see some good ones and you'll see some really bad ones. And if you just start looking at why is this one not good and what's good about this other one, it'll probably help you a lot. And one of the biggest ones I would say is bad lighting. Okay.
Mhm.
And then second of all is bad environment. Those are probably the biggest culprits of just bad photography. And a lot of it is dated. There are still photographers out there using these tacky backdrops from your high school photo. And they're like almost tie-dye, that it's just all you're staring at is like, why is that weird blanket in the background?
Well, it dates it. It makes it look old. Because
Yeah.
we all remember those school photos with like the purple or the blue. They could like
Yeah.
change the color with a filter.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Um,
And you don't, if you have the like lasers in the background, the like, it was
Oh,
like the
yeah.
blinds, it was like almost like blinds on a bathroom window, but like laser light coming through.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
I think we
God.
should try to bring that back though. That would be pretty epic.
I, I've
Like I
got
got a new
plenty.
idea. It's gonna make you really stand out from the crowd. You want
Yeah.
to look different?
Yeah, you're gonna stand out, and then and just wear your Bart Simpson T-shirt that says "Eat my shorts," and then spike your hair, and you'll have the same photo I had in the seventh grade. So you're good.
Can we please put that on Instagram?
Oh yeah, it's like, and it's really big and baggy, and I had just like the smallest little chicken arms just coming out. I was basically like a cartoon, a human walking cartoon.
Okay, well, if you show that picture, I'll find a picture of me with a bowl cut in third grade because I thought that would be cool. Yeah. And then
Outstanding.
I cried. My mom goes, she literally put a bowl on my head and like shaved a real bowl cut on
Oh
my head.
yeah,
And I
that.
cried. And she's like, that's what you said you wanted. I was like, I look like a boy. I was like, I hate it. She goes, that's what
Oh,
you wanted. I go, I know. I don't know why I wanted it. And then I got on I think I've told this. I got on the airplane. We went to Disneyland and I had a cowboy hat on and like a little cowboy girl shirt on with boots, cowboy boots. And I got on and the flight attendant was like, hey, cowboy. And I go, it's cowgirl. She was like, oh, hi. I was like, oh,
nice
I
to
am
meet
not a boy
you.
because I have short hair. Just
Mm,
decided that that would be a good idea and it was a bad idea.
I don't know. Maybe you should go for the bowl cut again. You start a
No.
new trend, Rachel.
Mm-mm. No. No, 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 no. Maybe a pixie cut, but no. My head's too small. It would look weird. No, it's true. I gotta make my hair bigger, make my head look bigger.
Oh my
Little.
God.
Okay. Headshots.
So
We're talking about heads. So
no
that's
bowl
good.
cuts. No
No
bowl
bowl cuts.
cuts. No
Stop
no bad
talking about
backdrops.
ourselves. Let's help the people, Neil. Focus, 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 focus.
So
Bad today.
don't do
Wow.
that.
You know
But
why I can't focus today? Because I've been working in my office all day. Lots of stuff got done today. That
yeah,
makes it hard.
I think you were on fire earlier. Yeah, she sent me like 12 documents. Like I was like, I can't look right now because I'm at a shoot, and it was like, boom, more documents, more documents, and I'm like, holy moly, she's on fire right now.
Yeah, I was hyper focused. It was
There
great.
you were.
Love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I got 40 hours
Okay,
of work done in 3 hours. Go, ready, go. How quickly can I do this? Okay, what else makes a great headshot for professionals? I think it really comes down to the lighting and the expression on their face. Like how genuine of a real expression can you get out of the person? Um, that's a big part of headshots and the posing of it too. And then lighting. The one thing that I hate seeing is someone's email signature and they have, they're a top producer or, an agent with a team and they're like a leader in the industry and they've got a selfie for their headshot on their
mm,
email signature. And I'm like, why? Just pay the $300 or whatever it is to get a headshot. I mean, it's obnoxious. They should be better than that. So, anyways, a good headshot is going to be used everywhere. Like, think about your email signature, your profile picture, your business card, your website, your Google profile, everywhere. And it should be the same picture everywhere so that you're recognizable, right? It's like
yeah.
I've used that same photo of me on my Instagram profile, Focused Media Collective, where I'm standing sideways holding a camera, short blonde hair. I had really long brown hair and then went back to short. So it works again. But I've kept that picture forever. And it's kind of that brand recognition. It's the one in my email signature. Um, and I love it. And I probably will never change it till I have to. Till I'm like 50 and I really look different. That's a lot closer than it should be. 50. I'm going to be 43 this year, Neil. That's wild. I feel like I just turned 40. Okay, enough about me. Sorry. Again.
I'm being very quiet and just listening,
I know you're doing a good job because I told you to stop talking.
not talking.
You're doing really good. You're not interrupting. That means I'll just keep talking. You know that, right? Like blah,
Hmm.
blah, 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 blah.
This is why I have to interrupt at some point. Because you like, I'm not sure you're comfortable in silence, so I'm just like waiting to see if you'll ever stop, but I don't think it'll happen.
I
Ready?
could fill all the time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk anymore. Here we go.
You want me to do the whole podcast? I can.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Did you hear that silence? I did it. I was uncomfortable.
Rach, did you know that listeners can use the code STS to get 10 free full deliveries? That means 10 complete marketing kits with HD Photo Hub.
Yes, and that includes property websites, videos, flyers, and more absolutely free.
And what I love is I can set it up so that the clients have to pay before they can even download their photos.
Oh, that's the best. No more chasing invoices. And the online ordering has saved me so much time with back and forth text and emails. It's just automated.
Use the code STS to get 10 complete marketing kit downloads now.
Pricing, really, I would honestly, we have a course for headshots. If you guys are interested in learning everything about headshots, I'm just going to plug it here and now. We literally dive into everything that we're talking about in detail. We have tutorials. Neil teaches the way he does it. I teach the way I do it. We have 3 different lighting techniques that we teach. It's a very comprehensive course. There's editing, everything you need. There's a marketing.
Posing,
Yeah.
lighting. Yeah.
There's a marketing kit in there for you to promote this on Instagram and through emails. There's all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, if you're interested in learning more, the link will be in the description. But pricing, I would look around and see what people are charging in your area because pricing is different all over the country. And then decide what works for you. Like, what is your time worth? If you are okay going out and doing a headshot and spending an hour of your life for $100, then so be it. Maybe you do that for the first 5 or 10 of them until you get a few under your belt and you feel comfortable, and then you just start raising your rates. Or maybe you just start out at $300 a pop. I do 350 for 3 headshots, and I feel good about that. I go out for 20 minutes and I'm in and out, and I'm like, I feel like that was a decent amount of money for the amount of work I put in. What do you charge,
Yeah.
Neil?
So good question now, because my wife is I started taking, so my wife is now in our business, has been for a long time, but now she's in like doing her own role, which focuses on headshots and lifestyle branding stuff. And so her rate started at 229. And for years, I was always doing an individual headshot for $150. And so now I'm like, oh, I'm in this weird place of trying to shift that for new people that it starts at 229 now. But that it always was $150
Mm-hmm.
for
Did
an
you have a lot of
individual.
luck with that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
$150. Nobody really scoffed at it. It was a fine thing, and I would do multiple at that. If they had five people, they'd all be $150 each.
Mm.
And so that always worked well. And basically, I would just take the photos of them. And the way I worked is there's a lot of different ways to go about it. The way I worked is I just came from a headshot background, like being an actor in Los Angeles. When we got our headshots done, they didn't like give you 10 of the photos and say, if you want one more, it costs extra. They just gave you all your photos.
Mm.
So, you'd go through with your agent and you just like, because the slightest difference in a pose or a smile or whatever, they'd be like, no, that's the winner. And so you weeded through them all and just like pick the one you wanted, and then they would edit that, and that was it. So that's kind of always how I always did it. I would just blast away, show them some on the camera and make sure that they're happy before they leave. Like, oh yeah, I like that one. Great. Then I send them their gallery with all the photos. I just remove, the ones where they're blinking, or, I
Mm.
caught them picking their nose because, a lot of people do that. And and send them to them, and then they just send me. They say, hey, I like file 3072, and then I go, okay, I'll do the touch-ups on that and send them that one edited file basically for 150 bucks. That always felt fine to me.
Yeah.
150
And then you
bucks.
just sell additional images if they want more than one.
Yeah, if you want additional edits, then yeah, you can charge for extra edits basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then when you do multiple people, like I charge 350 for one person, and then I charge less when it's a group.
Yeah.
Um, and I give a pretty good discount. Most people, when it's one person, they want a few. When it's a group, like let's say it's a team coming in, they usually just need one headshot. So for that, they don't need multiple. I do try to upsell by shooting multiple looks.
Mm,
I have them sit, I have them stand, I have them do different things to get different looks,
mm.
so that I do have more options. So hopefully they buy more than one.
Yeah, I
So,
think especially if you get into like the lifestyle branding part of it, that's where it's like,
mm,
okay, so you're gonna bring a couple outfits, and that's how I
mm,
always went to, like, because I used to do it for after I came back from LA, I used to do the work for the modeling agency, and so looks were always like we usually would be an outfit basically. So we do multiple looks. If somebody only did one look, it would be one outfit, but we'd do different poses and stuff because they needed some variety.
mhm.
But if there was, two or three outfits, that would be three looks, and of course there's an additional charge for each one, but the additional looks were a little bit less money.
Yeah.
There's one time when I went up against somebody else for doing headshots for a local bank here, I did find out what the competition, how they priced their headshots, which I thought was interesting because I just kind of made it up at some point and said $180, you know what I mean? Because I think it was like, well, if I went and did some other thing, I would probably make $150 in an hour. So that's kind of how I came up with the rate. But this other person had an interesting thing where they did it very different than mine. They did, I believe it was 400 or $450 for the first headshot.
Mm,
And then they charged a very nominal, like very affordable fee after that. It was like $50 for
mm,
anyone after that. So at some point, he sounded expensive at first, but I get it. It makes sense to like drive somewhere, show up, set up your lights, and take the photo.
mm.
$400 sounds better than 150, right? And then he's already done the hard work there. If other people are just going to walk in the room for a few minutes, $50 for each one, didn't break
Yeah,
his back at
that's a
that.
great, actually, a really good way to do it. I
Yeah,
might steal that. I like that a
yeah.
lot.
So,
Because that
and
way
they were
you're
like,
guaranteed your
right,
amount, right?
right.
Yeah.
So if you had to drive an hour to get to this place, drive an hour to get back, and you just did one headshot, it would still be worth your time. So I did think that was cool. And at some point they're like, yeah, I mean, this one I only ended up doing two headshots. So for me, it was $300, whereas for him it would have been four. So that's why I won that. That's the counter of that. But if they had 10 people, they would have gone with him instead of me, you know?
Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but keep it simple. The numbers simple so that they don't have to think too hard. You know,
Yeah.
100 bucks, $150, whatever. You could say, $300 for the first one and $100 after that or whatever. And I think that's a simple way to go about it.
Totally. So, headshot mini sessions or headshot pop-up sessions are
Mm,
something we talk about in the course too.
yeah.
These are fantastic. You guys, if you ask your clients, be like, hey, can I come do a headshot session at your brokerage? They need it. They all need it. Like everyone that I talk to about it, they're like, oh, yeah, I think we could probably do that. I think there's a lot of people that need it. It's kind of hard to coordinate the day of. I've had lots of people that keep canceling and rescheduling on me. But just be that squeaky wheel and get in that office if you can, because it's a great way to meet agents. That's a great way to introduce yourself. And if you know an agent in the office, likely they will talk about you to their friends, be like, oh, yeah, like the one I just did. She was like, oh, she does all of my listing media. And this whole office uses this one company. It's one of the bigger companies. And she's like, oh, they all use this company. And I think so and so is going to try you on the next listing. And I'm like, wonderful. So now basically they're all on my newsletter. And so they'll start seeing me more and more. They're going to start seeing more of my clients' stuff that she's putting out. And hopefully eventually they'll use me,
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Like, yeah, it's like that target marketing and really just being that little voice that keeps popping up in the head that keeps popping up. And they're like, oh, I keep seeing this girl. Maybe I should try her out.
Yeah.
So it does work.
Yeah. Well, and I think a good in too for speaking of which, that you could go to pretty much any brokerage and look at who's on their team and see their pictures and see the inconsistency is there's your in.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
can just get somebody on the phone or an email to somebody to say, hey, give them a compliment about something on their website. And then, maybe like, hey, some really nice headshots. You don't have to be negative. You can say some really nice headshots on your site. I did notice, however, that there's like some variety of lighting styles and backgrounds,
Mm.
and it's just a little inconsistent. One of the things I'm offering is to show up periodically at an office to offer updated headshots so that eventually over time, as you get new people, whatever, it could be consistent look that you'd always know, like maybe I come, quarterly or something. And if you want consistency for headshots, let me know if it's something you're interested in. I do discounted rates when there's multiple people. So what I like to do is, book 2 hours that I'll just be there and people show up and I take their photo and it's easy peasy and I will do it right in your office.
Hmm.
Because most of these brokerages have like a space where you could set up a simple white background or something like that
Oh, yeah,
for these little mini sessions. And and
totally.
and yeah, that's it. Once you're in that door and you're at that office and people see you, that totally breaks the ice when they get to meet you in person. And now you're not just a random business card at that point that people see 1,000 of people who offer listing photos or headshots or whatever. Get in front of them. You're in their office. You're suddenly like one of them. It's so much easier for them to talk to you and approach you, and easier for you to approach them and talk to them about, what you do.
Yeah, totally. I know I just had a group that reached out and they want us to do social media stuff. So we're helping them with that. And I looked at his website and I just straight up said to him, like, their pictures were inconsistent. And I was like, hey, I checked out your website and your photos, they're great, but they're inconsistent. Let's redo all the headshots for your team. Let's make them all look consistent. And then you can also use those photos on social media to introduce your team, be like an introduction post for each one of your team members.
Mm,
And they were like, okay, great. And I literally shot those yesterday. It was 4 people. It took me 20 minutes, maybe 30. It was so quick. We did it at one of their listings. Just a single light. Well, I had a 2 light setup actually, but super easy. I brought the wrong modifier. I brought my 1 by 4 foot modifier instead of my round
oh yeah. You,
octobox
you
thing.
brought your
Yeah.
you brought your strip, your thin one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 1 foot by 4 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
It worked fine, but it was not what I wanted. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah. It's very
Anyway.
narrow. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I
It's fun.
needed like the wider, but I made it work. Anyways. And then I had this little light behind me that I used, my little grid light, which is
Yep.
actually a panel, like a studio light panel thing. It's super cheap.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Fancy. Yeah. And then it has a modifier that it like came with that I bought extra to put over it. So
Yeah. And
it's
if you guys
actually
are,
hanging on it. It doesn't even connect. It just hangs on it. It's really
oh,
ghetto.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
all
Yeah, you can't
flimsy.
tell. That's funny.
Yeah. I know.
And all
It's
this stuff we talk about, by the way, in the course, a bunch of different lighting examples and showing you modifiers and all that stuff. But
yeah,
it's a lot to get into on the podcast without having the visual aid of talking about all this stuff. But it
totally.
doesn't have to be complicated. A single
Mm-mm.
light and a reflector is really all you need to get it done.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so and that's a great thing too about it is, It's not, you're already taking photography, so you just need a slightly different lens if you don't already have something that's good for portraits. And then you need a light and a reflector and a stand is really all you need. So it's not a ton that you need. You probably might even already have all the stuff. You just don't know how to kind of put it all together to get headshot. And so, but it's not overly complicated. So it is really a nice thing to do and such a great way to build a connection and repeat business is the big thing that's always helped me. I have not been pushing a ton of it lately, but I still just periodically the clients that I started doing the headshots for literally years ago. I have several clients that whenever somebody new gets hired, they just reach out, "Hey, when can we book a headshot?" And it just I don't have to do anything.
Hmm.
I've got several clients like that, and they just periodically I get those extra little extra work to do, and it's also nice to have a break and shooting houses. Sometimes it's fun to do a headshot for a break, you know?
Yeah. And it is like your little side hustle. That's just extra money. It's great.
Yeah, yeah,
And during the slow season, you can really start ramping up in the summer and pushing it.
yeah, yeah,
And that's the best time to do it because they're not busy and you're not busy. So
yeah.
it's a
You
good
can just
filler.
double down on it at any point,
Mm.
which is totally nice. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
yeah. Um,
Um,
there was something else I wanted to say, and now I can't think what it was.
you've talked enough, Neil. You need to not talk more.
Oh, but it was so good when I did though.
Yeah, it really was. Good job, Neil.
That's what I was gonna say.
What?
You know, that's actually a really cool idea that you could actually offer some social media content as part of the headshot session. When you set up that group session, say
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the fun things
duh.
I do is I make a reel from all the final photos
Hmm.
and I'll tag you all in it and you all get a post. I mean, that's
Yeah.
social, everybody knows it and you get on social media and there you go. You got your whole team showing up, getting their new photos. Why not just make it for them?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and another benefit, like have a great idea there, but I have another idea. It's a little
Oh,
different than that. Same concept. Why not make some talking head videos for them while they're sitting there and perfectly lit in a beautiful
yeah,
setting?
that's
I mean,
right.
yeah,
You could
right?
offer both.
Hello.
That's genius. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not
And
offer
then
both?
two, if you want to offer talking head videos at your listings, if you understand the lighting for headshots, you're going to understand the lighting to how to light your
Yeah.
subject for
If
that
you and
offering
if
too.
you roll with if you decide to roll with a continuous lighting setup for the
Mm,
headshots,
do that.
you don't have to do really much at all except for if they're sitting down, lower the light and you're good to go.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I did a shoot for Real Producers at night. It was a night shoot. And so I needed flash to do it. So I went
Mm,
out and bought studio flash lights, thinking that I would start shooting with flash and I was going to love it. And I used them twice and I haven't used them since because they're just, I've always used continuous. I'm just so used to continuous. I actually ended up buying another continuous light
yep.
recently, the one that I love, and it's like 350 bucks and it's just fantastic. I bought that and I have two modifiers. So I was like, perfect. I'm like, those work. But there is times when you need a flash, when the constants just are not bright enough. So I know I'll use them again, but they definitely are just kind of collecting dust too. And they were expensive. I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
So continuous light is cheaper. It's some easier to kind of entry level with the continuous lighting. It is easier to work with, but there are some lighting situations where you need more power of light.
Right.
And yeah, the
Mhm.
flash helps with that.
Yeah, but most of the scenarios where you're going to be like inside a brokerage offers, you'll be fine with the continuous lights. But yeah,
Yeah.
in certain scenarios, yeah, if you got just yeah out trying to overpower sunlight outside, those
Mm.
lights aren't going to be bright enough to do that. You need like a strobe for that. But
And they're
yeah,
not wireless. Like strobes are wireless, which is what I
yeah,
love because they have no
yeah,
cords. I always have extension cords and it's so many cords. Like, when are they
yeah.
going to figure this out and make these cordless? I'm
I
sure they're
know.
out there, but
It's only a matter of time.
they're probably out there already. I'm
The
just
continuous
have to
lights are
keep
getting
them.
brighter every year. That's the biggest
True.
downside. They're getting brighter every year, and then the battery systems are getting better. But yeah, you can run them off power, but they're still just not going to be off a battery bank. But they're just not bright enough in those scenarios unless you've got Hollywood stuff, which is like ridiculous and huge. And
Right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Awesome. So, yeah, I just think overall headshots are a great way to build long-term client relationships and to really help them build their brands. We talk about that all the time about how we're more than just a photographer. We are actually your real partner to help you build up your business and build your brand. And headshots are a big part of that, lifestyle photos and headshots. And it's very helpful. And if you can offer that for them, you're solving a problem and you're becoming more sticky and you're
I
making
was
more
just
money.
I was just gonna say
I
it's
knew
so
it. I
true
stole
though.
it.
You
Stole it.
took their photo, then they think, well, oh, that guy does the listing stuff too. Might as well, I liked working with him. Might as well use him. And then once they use you once, it's there you go. You're off to the races. Yeah,
Exactly.
cool. Oh my
Okay, well,
God,
I'm
yawn,
falling
yawn.
asleep.
You
So
yawned so
I
many times during this podcast.
know, I know. It's because I haven't had coffee. I took a nap and then I cycled for 30 minutes and then I jumped on the podcast. I
Did we talk
changed
about
and
everything we
blow
wanted to
dried
say?
my hair because it was sweaty. I have just kept my makeup on. I'm just gross. I didn't even rinse off, Neil. What?
You didn't even rinse, Rach.
I didn't even rinse.
You gotta, you gotta rinse, Rach. Don't get all the way in the shower, but at least just a rinse. Yeah.
You rinse off in the shower.
Okay, get all the way in the shower,
Get
but
wet.
don't go all the way under the shower. Just, like splat, like just splash
Don't
it
get your hair wet. A
like a
rinse
cat
off is
hitting the
showering
faucet.
without
Just like,
washing your hair.
yeah.
Just gonna rinse off.
Rachel rinses off instead of showering, and she's never gonna live it down.
I never
If
shower. I
you
just rinse
if
off.
you ever just catch a whiff of like, what was that? Was potent. It might be Rachel walking by because she had just only rinsed.
Neil's like, I prefer the podcast. Rachel smells bad.
Yeah, in person is a whole
Shut up.
nother
I do not. I
dimension
smell
of
great. I wear a lot of
smell.
perfume.
Yeah, she covers it. She tries to cover it with perfume, but
It doesn't work. I thought it was working. Shoot. Maybe that's why
luckily,
I don't have more clients. Dang.
well,
Hmm.
could be. You
All
might
right.
want to
Well, if
do
you
a
guys are
full shower
serious,
one of these times.
if you're serious about learning how to do headshots, Neil and I have a full course for you where you will learn everything you need to know, start to finish, on how to do headshots. And it's a game changer. Helps you get
Yeah,
through slow season. It's fun. Clients love it.
totally. It
So
is.
check it out.
Check it out.
Check it
Cool.
out. Check
Check
it out.
check it out.
Oh my gosh. Having flashbacks to our old reads from H2O.
Right.
Yeah, our intro, whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.